Morning, superhero friends. It's great to see you again. We're really excited that Winston is out of the sanctuary and that we're ready to defeat Brick Brain. How's your training going? You ready to help out? Did you get a chance to watch Pastor Winston's video last week? For the month, we're talking about the story of the Good Samaritan. Maybe you remember the story. A man is walking from Jerusalem to Jericho when a couple of robbers take all of his stuff and beat him up. They leave him lying in a ditch. And as he's lying there, a priest and a Levite, they walk right by him. Finally, a Samaritan stops and helps him, gives him medicine, and brings him to an inn. So if you're like me, these Bible stories are kind of hard to understand. They're written in a different time. They have different place names, people that we don't know. And so it can be really hard to figure out what's going on in a story. So I thought I'd find some pictures that might help us understand a little bit better what Jesus is talking about in the Good Samaritan parable. So the story takes place on the road between Jerusalem and Jericho. Here's a picture I found on the internet of the road. Now remember, back then they didn't have cars. So the man in the story was probably walking, maybe by himself, without a horse or donkey on this road. It'd be really easy for robbers to hide and jump out and attack. Jericho to Jerusalem is about 15 miles. So that's like the distance from Rochester to Pine Island. So parents, if you want to take the kids on the field trip, you can drive that. But remember, the man was walking, so it was probably an all-day walk. Another thing that's difficult to understand, what's a priest and a Levite? Well, those were church leaders, kind of like Pastor Paul. And in the story, those are the people that Jesus says walk right by the man, and they don't stop to help. It's kind of unbelievable, isn't it? Can you imagine Pastor Paul doing that? I think that's one of the things that's hard about this story, but why it's so important. We want our superheroes to be good people and to always help those who need help. But sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes the people we look up to, they don't do what they're supposed to. And that's one of the things that Jesus is reminding us in this story, is that we can't expect other people to do good. We have to do good ourselves. How do you feel when you walk by a homeless person? How do you feel inside? I know I still get kind of nervous. I don't know what to do. I want to help them, but sometimes I don't have money. And it makes me feel uncomfortable. I think maybe that's what's going on with the priest and the Levite. I don't know though. The point is that Jesus is reminding us that we are all responsible for each other. And that when our superheroes let us down, which they will, we still have work to do. So let's get to work. If you look in your box, you'll find your week 2 box. It's time to open it up. And if you open it, you'll see that there's a pine cone and some seeds. So we're going to help a neighbor this week that we maybe don't help enough. That's a neighbor from our nature friends, birds. We're going to make bird feeders. So there's instructions in the book. Just get some peanut butter from your parents and put it on the pine cone, and then put the seeds out of it. Then you can hang it on a tree, and when it gets cold, the birds can eat the seeds and stay full all winter long. That's all for this week. Thanks for joining me, guys. I miss you. I can't wait to see you again. Keep up the training. And as always, peace powers.